A kid whose passwords laid across all sites, they were the same. A criminal then found their fame by taking that data to go.
Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account and go.
That's right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the party, pal. Hope you are having a good morning. As you've seen in the intro, we had some drone footage. We are at Deadwood. We're in the Verbo. You see Justin, you see Kashmir, Joseph, you see Kim, you see Josh. We all hanging out at the house this morning, getting full and just having a good old time. This is a rogue edition. I know Dr. Gerald Ozier simply said that he wasn't going to have one. Well, guess what? The mods got the other, and we're just going to sit here and talk. So welcome to the party. We're going to start having some fun this morning. Who all here is at Deadwood? Who's got something you want to talk about this morning? What you getting set up?
I was going to get you a better camera.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Josh Mason is going to get ready to set up a camera so I don't look like I'm talking to a potato. Pierre, yes, we are taking over Wow Wow Hacking Fest. Thank you, sir. We are here to say that we're not doing CISO series. We're not doing sponsorships. We're not doing all that stuff. We are just here to hang out. Let's talk about some stuff. If something's on your mind that you've been seeing, let's talk about it.
Allow that to connect.
Yep, I see you on the back end there.
I'll turn it into a camera if I can.
DJ B-Sec! You got to unmute yourself, bud. There we go. Gotcha.
We live? Well, yeah, we're live.
We're live, dude.
Ugh.
Dude, I did the intro. I did the Tyler intro that we talked about. I stopped it. I'm pulling out a Tandy 6400 trying to talk through a potato. So
with the 56 baud modem running.
Oh, we do have a What's Your Meme Wednesday. So I have cornered Dan, thank you. It's been a long night, ladies and gentlemen. I've only got about 2 hours of sleep. So cornered Dan Reardon, and I stole two memes of the week.
You should have an option for Android webcam now.
Android webcam.
You 1080p.
Ooh, that's not me.
Do I need to change the camera?
No, I accidentally went and did something stupid. That's audio. Integrated camera, Android webcam. Dude, you got to show me how to do that. Is so cool. Heck yeah. I don't look at that, DJ B-Sec. You got to step up your game. I don't look like I'm in a potato anymore.
I'm going to step. Oh, because you have a second camera?
I got buddy Josh Mason over here hooking me up with an Android phone.
Hey, look, I built out OBS overnight, so on this computer.
You just downloaded it.
And I had to pull all my stuff from home.
Dude, you just launched that threat actor's favorite tool of AnyDesk and just went rogue. Copied it over.
Yeah.
Did a data exfiltration on your own workstation.
RDP.
Oh, let's get you better, Mike. Add a new device for Bluetooth.
For Bluetooth?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I even have Bluetooth enabled. I'm still trying to learn Windows 11 too. That device. Bluetoothy. Yeah, whatever.
Okay. If B-Sec can hear you.
Yeah, B-Sec can hear
me. He says
me.
you don't sound like shit, then
I mean, we all sound pretty bad on these wide open mics.
Oh, all right. So here we go. Let me bring up the memes of the week. Let me ignore what was just said in the background because shots have been fired, ladies and gentlemen. Has anybody talked about anything? Did you want to talk about a little bit more about, or do you want to, do you want to talk a little bit more about that data or the access that Stuxnet's got into the ISPs at all, or is that something we're still kind of digging into?
I'm digging into it.
Was it Stuxnet? Who was it?
Was that that was the AT&T, all the...
Yeah, but there was a back door built into there.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it.
And I thought it was Stuxnet that did it. But apparently it's not. Because Kashmir back there is dissing me.
Stuxnet is a thing that happened in 2014.
Okay, whatever. Again. Josh, you got anything you want to talk about, bud? It's rare.
I pull up news on my phone and then I realize it's on a tripod over there.
I mean, you can use it. I go off and use my potato camera.
No. We're gonna go with at least one thing will be quality.
There we go.
It won't be the people, it won't be the sound, but at least the video looking.
You have access to the restream, right?
No, but if you put it in mod chat, I will.
Like it. I don't have Discord here. We'll have to round robin this thing. Hold on. Are you gonna pull them from our feed?
Sure.
All right, B-Sec, Kashmir is pulling news feeds. While he's doing that, I am going to share my screen and we're going to go meme of the day. Huh? I feel so unhinged on this podcast right now.
This is yes.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the first meme of the day. Dr. Gerald Ozier as in being in Deadwood.
Well, that's what you were showing us last night.
Yeah.
If everybody saw, I think he posted like at 4:00 this morning, walking through the garage.
Yeah.
Man, I need another monitor.
Click on Taylor's. Yeah, give me a second. Let me mute something here.
Making sure it's good quality.
Holy smokes, that's a crazy. Is that another meme?
Yeah, so we got two of them.
Jerry the Panhandler.
Yep.
Is Kashmir pulling stuff, or do we want to just start?
They're in the Discord, old man.
So,
Oh, all right.
B-Sec.
I only have
Here's
like one mod. What's up?
So B-Sec, let's talk through at least like one thing that doesn't require news. Hurricanes coming through, gonna hit, central lower Florida. Or it's hitting right now. I don't know. I haven't checked the news yet.
I think it's supposed to happen in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys, where you're at, you worry about disaster recovery and business continuity. What sort of concerns should companies in that area be thinking about? Or what should people who are supporting or customers of companies in that area, like what happens when like a natural disaster comes through? We don't think about that a lot for cybersecurity, but go.
So for this one's going to be crazy, right? Because this one, and I know Eric's in the same kind of boat as I am. Jerry's in the same boat, but this one's going to be a big one. So close to the coast, they're going to have issues. They're not going to have power for days, if not weeks.
Because this is just going to be like Katrina from so many years ago, right? No matter, right? Like it can even downplay into a category 2, 3, whatever it is.
It won't matter.
But you're still going to have this. Yeah, you're still going to have the circulation. You're still going to have the serm storage. You're still going to have the forces. It's going to wreck the crap out of everything.
Well, and
this thing has just gotten way too big just to be like, oh, I'm a kitty now. I'm no longer a lion.
Yeah, right now. So the last I saw it dropped down to a category 4, which doesn't make at right now. It doesn't matter. It's 155 miles an hour with like gusts close to 200. So when it comes to disaster recovery and this stuff on here, as a company, you want to have already sent stuff out. You want to already have talked to your customers and say, hey, look, we're in the path of this. This is what's going to happen. I don't necessarily know if we're going to be down for days or if we're going to be down for weeks. In this sense, depending on how big your company is, you would hope that you have multiple locations, like a backup, co-location. So you have stuff that's in place. So you can turn that one on, turn the cold side on or off, whichever way, and get that up and running. And that way you can keep that continuity of business going. We were talking about last night. When we were sitting around the table. When we got hit this year, we had power. We lost power. There were people without power for a while. And I think in Houston, we had 2.5 million people that didn't have power. And everybody forgets when you lose power, you lose pretty much everything. Yeah. A lot of people and a lot of companies will sit there and rely on, okay, well, if we lose power, maybe our main internet is down, but we can run off of a 5G connection. Well, unfortunately for us, that didn't happen because not only did we lose power to homes and businesses, we lost so many different parts of the grid that we lost power to cell towers. So cell was out. I mean, we had to go find Starlinks and run on generators to have that company going. So that's what you got to think about when it comes to business continuity. How fast can you get the company back up? Are you going to be able to do it in the location that you're at? Thinking about how bad is it going to be? Like they're talking 15 to 20 foot storm surge. So you're talking inland, lots and lots of water. Those companies are going to be underwater. I mean, heck, we can talk about the last one, Helene, that's in North Carolina. Those people are down. It's not like they just pop right back up. I mean, come on. So
I gotta see. I mean, love or hate Elon Musk, whatever your personal views are, but Starlink really did up the game and allow businesses for more expedient disaster recovery efforts when it comes in terms of internet. In all reality, for us, it's actually faster than running 5G, and it is extremely simple to start up. Within 10 minutes, you're up and running. If nobody's ever set up Starlink, it's pretty crazy. You basically grab the quote unquote dish that they have, and you can take it like a Frisbee and launch it, throw it out in the middle of somewhere, turn your phone on, and your phone says, turn it this way, turn it that way. And within 10 minutes, you're connected and you're on. And it's a godsend. It's for disaster recovery, business continuity, it is a CYA for sure. You can get up quick.
But like as Josh was asking, for people over in Tampa and over in Florida, I mean, hopefully James McQuiggan's going to be good. I know he's going to be in the line of everything.
Yeah, I know FedEx is down there. I know a lot of our viewers, because I was even talking to Black Hills last night, and there was some speakers who are not going to be here at the conference because they're, hunkered down.
James McQuiggan.
Yeah, James.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know if I was allowed to say names or anything like that, but yeah, there's been people who step up and everything. So
from 35,000 feet. If you say his name, you got to say it.
Yeah.
From 35,000 feet.
From 35,000 feet. Yeah, I mean, he said that. I think he said it Monday. He said it yet. Yeah, that he wasn't coming in because of the storm. But as Josh was asking for this in this place, I mean, I don't know if y'all saw the last time the hospital. So the Tampa Bay hospital is damn near on the bay. And they spent over $1 million on that flood wall. It was amazing. It kept all the water out. So those are the type of things you got to think about. What does your company actually need to stay afloat? Can you survive like being without power? It all depends on what your company does, right? I mean, a hospital can't just survive. Like for disaster recovery or business continuity with that hospital, you got to get those people out of there.
Yeah,
especially with this one. Or, I mean, they even thought about, hey, it's going to cost us $1 million to buy this fence, to buy this water gate that we can put around this thing that's going to hold anything, I think it was like 9 or 10 feet tall. It's crazy.
Here's I'm putting in the private chat here for you, DJ B-Sec, if you can bring it up. This would be a good topic, I think, for our mixed discussion, if you like. I know Josh Mason and them are working on some other.
Well, there was also like Patch Tuesday stuff.
Oh yeah, Patch Tuesday is a freaking train wreck. I haven't had a chance to really digest it.
Yeah, there's remote code execution stuff with Microsoft Management Console.
Oh geez.
There's WinLog elevation, privilege elevation vulnerabilities, Hyper-V security bypass or security feature bypasses.
Hey Joseph, I need you to get to work.
It's
execution vulnerability. So,
Jesus.
See what I can do with my Jerry.
You gotta patch it. You gotta patch it.
Yeah.
Ben's got the sounder, right?
No, I got it at home. I wish I had it. I thought about that last time I was going through all this. All right, so what did you send me? I got the. Oh, this is not surprising.
No, it's not.
Come on. Holy smokes! Man, this is pretty crazy. Some of the numbers in this are nuts. So for everybody,
he's got infographics. So play the saxophone for Jerry.
Yeah. So we're looking at something that's called, despite the prevalence of online threats, users are not changing their ways, basically. So when you
article.
Yeah, I can do that now.
Saying only 42% of companies or people are using a firewall. That's in this day and age, that's crazy.
Hold on a second.
Ridiculous.
We need to share. Neither one of us are sharing that.
Only 42% of companies.
Yeah.
Here, I can share.
You got it? Because, like I said, I'm working on a Tandy over here.
Let me
Wait,
do
who
it
did
this
the
way.
study? Is this in Discord?
No, this is in my feed. It's off of Dark Reading. That Dark Reading RSS feed.
All right.
Yeah, if you jump into there and get into the green room, I can.
So I can get in the chat.
You want to take your camera back so that way?
No.
Okay. Yeah, minimize me there, Ben. There you go.
All right, hopefully y'all can see this. I just ran ChatGPT on it real quick. So it says consumers are aware of cyber threats and their vulnerability attacks. Adoption of cybersecurity tools among consumers remains low despite of awareness. So basically, everybody knows it's there, but nobody really cares. Nearly half of respondents have experienced online scams, yet behavioral change is minimal. So that's a big one. Behavioral change being minimal. Only 28% of consumers use identity theft protection. Okay. 54% have malware or virus protection software.
I like
That's
that last
crazy.
one.
Only
He's like, are you in
50.
that group that doesn't use identity theft protection?
That is nuts. 54% of people, yeah, I don't use identity theft protection. 54% have malware or virus protection. So we're talking like 1 in 2.
Are they
That
counting
makes no
defenders?
sense.
Probably not.
42% use a firewall only, with 26% unsure if one is installed. And this is crazy. 71% apply software updates promptly, up to 60. Okay, that's a little bit better. Encryption software usage is low, with only 10% utilizing it on protection files. Privacy measures like browser trackers and VPN usage show mixed adoptions. The reports. Oh, okay. So the report only surveyed 4,000 people, highlighting. So can we dig into this a little bit more?
Yeah, those of you who are watching on stream right now, I just posted the link in the chat so you can be able to view it yourself.
Thank you.
So Eric's kind of hiding it, but let's see. Here's our findings when it comes to privacy. Implemented software updates as soon as they are available. 61. 42% have a firewall. 32 say no, and 26% are unsure. So we went from 46% of people saying they had a firewall down to 42%. They have a VPN for accessing, so that kind of stayed the same at 33 to 32%. 51% of people or companies. Is this based on companies or is it based on individuals?
Here, from the original report.
So it says consumers are aware. So
Okay.
I'm thinking this has got to be individuals.
I dropped the link to the original report in the chat and on mod chat, BSEC.
Let's see here.
So yeah, I'll be that first one there.
I wanna get into how do they actually do this thing? There's a lot of marketing, which isn't. It's coming from Consumer Reports, so it should be
Oh,
like,
geez, really? Yeah, I'm not sure how much the Consumer Reports should be taken with a grain of salt.
comes from their American Experiences Survey.
Yeah, we can throw this into main chat for everybody. So the findings, if you had any of the following experiences on social, so this is an individual. So this is consumer based. This isn't necessarily company based.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could see that. I thought those numbers were based on companies, and that was going to be that to me. That would have been asinine. Like companies, 50%.
Josh has put the link in the YouTube chat as well. So
Yeah, and mod chat. Here's the original original report. So their methodology. Each month, Consumer Report fields the American Experiences Survey to track consumer attitudes and behaviors over time. May results are based on interviews conducted from May 9th to the 20th. This document includes the following sections of the Omnibus Survey for the month: cybersecurity practices, dietary supplement, Prevagen, treadmill subscriptions, and home solar panels. So it's just like they just add things into the survey, and it happened to be cybersecurity this month. Survey was administered by NORC at the University of Chicago through its panel. NORC collected 2,022 interviews, 1,915 by web, and 107 by phone. Because when you get those surveys, your chances of not hanging up immediately are
Mm-hmm.
low. Most of
So this
them
is
were
interesting.
somewhere in Spanish.
This one's an interesting finding when it comes to passwords.
Yeah.
When it comes to passwords, do individuals use a strong password, often defined as 8 characters long, including upper and lowercase numbers, symbols, to access their home Wi-Fi? So that's their password on their Wi-Fi. So 89% require a password or PIN in other method, such as a Face ID or touch recognition, to unlock their smartphone. 86%. That's kind of like
That's
I get it.
good. I wonder about
Yeah.
those 14%. Like, who is not using
They don't have a
Bio
phone.
on your
Yeah,
phone?
they don't have a
Like-
phone. They're using flip phones.
Well, they being not applicable, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Use multi-factor
Yeah, so like,
authentication as a feature.
There's 14% from not using like their thumb or their face. Like when you set up your phone, that's one of your options,
Yeah.
and it's
You
one of
have
the
to.
most secure options.
You have to go out of your
Right.
way to get not enroll into that too. So
Let's see. Change default passwords or use a This one needs to go up. People only using only 36% of people are using a password manager to automatically create or store strong
Yeah,
passwords.
use a password manager, not LastPass, but
But
you
they
know what?
learn-
That's better than nothing.
they learn from their mistakes, Josh. I need more coffee.
I know me and Jerry use Bitwarden, and we like it a lot. Other people like OnePass. Frankly, I'm happy if people use people are going to come at me, but use your browser's password manager. At least, it's better than using weak passwords.
Here's the camera. I thought we were using this for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went through all the trouble of setting up a fancy little tripod.
Yep.
I know we're not up behind the potato.
Yeah.
Look at me. I jumped a bunch of stories that no one's going to use.
Well, open them up and start talking.
This is interesting. The following apps use digital encryption to protect. Which of the apps do you actually use? Only 4% of people are using Signal. We were all talking about that last night.
I mean,
People are using Facebook Messenger.
So Facebook Messenger does have end-to-end encryption, so at least I'll give them that.
But it's still a consumer-based application.
Well, I mean, so is Signal. It's just
Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay. I guess I view Facebook. as-
But isn't Facebook Messenger basically just a wrapper for WhatsApp?
I don't know. I'm pretty
I mean,
sure
didn't
Facebook
they-
Messenger was
that's-
first.
Facebook bought them, didn't they?
Yeah. WhatsApp, yeah.
oh, someone says in chat that they don't use biometrics to unlock their phone.
What? Why? Wait. Can we get
Who said that?
Ferguson in there? Turd Ferguson. What? Oh, come on. SNL. All right.
I don't use biometrics to unlock my phone. That's
Why? Tell us more, Per. What would I need to understand?
Carrie says he puts his passwords on sticky notes around the house. That's good.
Yeah, but no one's going in his house, so I'm fine with that.
I mean, yeah. If your home isn't an attack vector, then
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, just have DJ Bisek bring up the stories because he's got a little bit of a setup and we're just a little small square there. So
They're in the private chat. He can
Yeah.
see them.
I dropped
like
all
keep
the
going with them.
stories.
I like what James put. No, do not use the browser for your password manager, but it's better than nothing.
It is better, right?
Yeah, I guess it's better than nothing.
The have a firewall one, like I don't have an additional firewall. I have a firewall on my router, which is frankly it's fine. It's
Well, and
fine. I'm not
I don't-
hosting a server, so like it's
I don't
fine.
think you're going to find people that are consumers that are sitting at home dealing with firewalls.
I've scanned my external network. Nothing shows up. Like
That's good.
it depends on what your landscape is, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
So
Well, hopefully we're putting enough protections in place to where when we're dealing with things, our home IP is not the public IP that's showing up.
Since
Yeah.
Since we have Joseph on here, let's pull this one up. Microsoft issues security update.
He's gone.
And
There's another one for
For those who don't know, Joseph ends up installing patches a lot for clients.
Yeah. Well, at least I try. Yeah.
We were even talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
We need to come with a new patch policy.
Yeah.
So it says Microsoft has released 118 fixes for vulnerabilities
Okay.
across the software portfolio. 118 flaws, 3 related. Let's see, 3 rated critical, 113 rated important, 25 flaws.
So,
Josh, were you saying that it actually?
you too. So, BSEC, you've got a network. It sounds like after last night, a complicated network of networks right now. And you're doing patching for clients. How do you all go about determining whether the patches are safe or, worth doing, or how does that all work?
So I actually we actually have set up patch rings. So it goes out to a few people first, and kind of if we start seeing stuff come across to help desk, like my computer doesn't work or something like that, then you're able to at least figure out who it is. Possibly, hopefully, you're able to roll it back, and then stop that stuff. But I mean, in all reality, patch rings are the way to go.
Okay, test it on a few and then take it big.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I do like the pseudo yell test, like BSEC was describing. I basically I have a few selected champions that I push the patch to first, the first week of Patch Tuesday, and I wait and I listen. If there's no tickets, no people complaining that their screens or their computers got blue screen, I'm all right. Let's start pushing it more.
That goes against my company policy. Patch it all now.
Yeah.
Eric is the owner. I am the actual person who does the work. One of us has to listen to them.
Eric wants Joseph to just go YOLO on patches. Just hit the go now. Do it all.
Then you have to wait for them to actually reboot their machine to implement the patch.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Just because you rolled out a patch does not mean it's been applied.
That's true too. Sometimes they get rolled out and they sit there because they don't actually get updated. I would say that to me, that's one of the bigger issues with Microsoft patches is that you can get 20 or 30 patches, and in this instance, 118 patches, or what was it?
Yeah, 118 fixes, one patch. I mean, it's all going to be fixed by the same update. Unless there's extra steps, some of them have extra steps, but all of these CVEs will be remediated by the same security rollup.
But with that one security rollup, there could be other patches that are in there besides that security rollup that hinder that from actually getting pushed.
Yeah, so I see it very often where a .NET update will be there, or like a stack of driver updates will be there, and they reboot their machine. They're like, okay, look, I did it. You don't have to yell at me anymore. And then I look, I'm like, yeah, but that Windows patch still hasn't gone through because other things went through first. You actually have to reboot again, and then it will be somewhere between now and the end of time before I convince them to do it a second time.
Yeah, and I mean, you can also schedule this stuff to where it makes them restart the machine, or the machine restarts. The bigger issue, the issue I find with that when it comes to patching is a lot of individuals will, if you like, say you set it to restart at 7 p.m., which is out of band, right? So it's after hours or whatnot. But people leave their computer. Well, people will leave their computer and they'll just shut it off or put it into sleep mode, and then the next morning they come in and they just start working. And if you give them the option to bypass the restart, they'll just bypass it all forever.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're the internal team trying to do this work. You can kind of work with your company to get this set up as a policy, but coming as a third party doing the patching, it's a lot harder to get that kind of buy-in where you're like, we know we need to force devices to reboot. They're like,
I remember back in 2018, 2019, we would send out regularly emails across like the whole wing at the Air Force Base to leave your computer on. For us, it would be Thursday nights because that's when we would push batches. But leave your computer on and for that reason.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't know that.
I'm sure you probably got about 60% adoption. There's still going to be 40% of people who don't do it.
thought I left it on.
This next one's for Eric.
Oh man, I see this a lot.
Yay, my turn.
So Microsoft detects growing use of file hosting services and business email compromise attacks. This right here, all day long. You see this all day. People say, within phishing now, it's no longer like, hey, I'm going to send you a link that's just going to make you log in. They send you, and you've got to go through site after site after site. It's sending you to SharePoint, or sending you to OneDrive, or sending you to Dropbox.
Yeah.
And in those files, they put something like what I've seen is they'll actually put like an HTML file or a linked file in there. So they click on it and then it goes over to something else. But because people see that it's SharePoint or Dropbox or OneDrive, they assume that it's going to be safe. So they just go ahead and keep clicking and they'll log in. And then they're got because at that point they've given their credentials away or tokens have been stolen. I mean, we've talked about this multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you need to really evaluate and educate the users. If you're a Microsoft shop, you shouldn't be getting, Google Drive links, and you shouldn't be getting DocuSign or Adobe Sign or, all these other platforms that it's not being utilized by the organization. So, it does come back to more user and end user education. But yeah, the reason they do the multi-layer, multi-hosted cloud platforms is to throw off like Microsoft Safe links and any of your email phishing stuff. So, it's going through multiple layers and redirects before it gets to the final phishing landing page to get your Microsoft or Google Workspace account. It's been unfortunately something that's been around for at least 3, maybe even as much as 5, 6 or so years. It's been around for a while.
Well, and it also that gets around the whole blocking attachment. So now if I'm blocking Excel files or I'm blocking PDF files in email, they don't have to worry about it because all they're doing is sending a link.
Yep. But then it goes back to the education of what's approved and non-approved cloud providers that your organization is using. Because most of the time it's coming from, applications that are not being used. They're like, oh, we thought it was suspicious we were getting an Adobe Sign document, but we just thought IT was rolling something out.
Let's see.
I got a question here. A friend of mine asked, how can you tell if your phone is hacked? I replied, if it's powered on. I feel there's many vulnerabilities in that question. Yeah, I mean,
No. Like, if your phone is hacked, it's going to be like, you're not going to have access anymore. Like, also, as long as you're not doing shady stuff with your phone, the ability to hack your phone is so hard. It is so hard. I can't stress this enough. I interviewed for a government job creating exploits to do exactly that for an intelligence community agency. And the team of like 30 people that would build an exploit to get into one device was it's so expensive. It takes so much resources to make it happen that like no one's going to waste that on you. No offense.
Yeah.
But like, it's a lot.
Your consumer grade malware and viruses for hacking phones is all like you have to sideload applications and jump through so many hoops to hack yourself before it actually works. Now, are there vulnerabilities that allow for it to happen easier? Sure. But most of the time when you hear about these stories like, oh, malware found on that Play Store, malware found, if you download this app, this is your RCE, gets gets you pwned. Like I saw this walkthrough of getting someone to have an app on their phone that was invisible and it was full command and control and data exfil. I'm like, this person had to click, yes, I want to install this
Yes,
app. Yes,
exactly.
I know it's not on the Play Store. Yes, like going to phone me like 6 times before they got to the end goal.
So don't do that.
Don't do that.
And that's what
Don't click it. It's really easy.
This goes back to knowing the software that you're using, right? That's what I was getting ready to say. That yes, is it possible your phone could be hacked? Yes. If you're running a rooted or jailbroken phone, which is almost damn near impossible to do these days.
Yeah.
There's a possibility. But for you to actually be a target, and this is what I tell people who call in all the time, unless you're working for the government or working for some high-powered individual, you're not getting Pegasus on your freaking phone. Yeah. You're not getting these elite 0-day, no-click malwares on your phone. You probably downloaded some goofy application because you thought it looked cool on Facebook, and now you got pop-ups and malware and just all kinds of other randomness on your device. So this goes back to education, knowing what you're putting on your device, please, ladies and gentlemen.
This is interesting. One y'all sent over, reading through it. Avanti.
Yep.
Has 3 0 days, but they do say in here, where is it down here at the bottom, that apparently the 0 days are part of CSA 4.6, which is already end of life, and the last patch was September 10th. So it's additionally important that customers know that they have not observed exploitation of these vulnerabilities in any version of CSA 5.0, but they do see exploitation if you're running 4.6. I don't use it. I have no idea. So
these were some devices that were impacted that are end of life currently, right?
That's what it's saying, that these are already end of life. Good. They do have the last patch was
conversation there to be had about when should you start budgeting to replace things before they go end of life, and what risk do you take in not updating, not getting the latest version.
If I'm correct, I think this stuff, so these are cloud service appliances. These are like probably routers or something along those lines. A lot of this stuff you're going to see, like you'll see an announcement from the company when the end of life is going to happen.
Yeah, typically within a year.
So at that point, you need to start going, well, even before that. I mean, you'll see before, so you can start looking at, hey, this stuff's going end of life. We need to pull this out. Now, I will say this. It all depends on the actual appliance, right? If we're talking a layer 3 appliance that's connected to the internet, for sure, you better look at this, see that it's end of life, and you better change over to something that's newer, upgraded, has the ability to be patched and so forth. If we're talking about like layer 2 switches that are internal to a company that don't necessarily have any access to external, I mean, if you're tight on cash, you can kind of let it slide a little bit, but you don't ever want to have an appliance that's connected to the internet that's end of life that no longer has updates.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a term for it. It's called lifecycle management.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things when a company is going through the cyber maturity just process. There are things that you want to start with, easy wins, big walls and gates to get up, and getting management processes like lifecycle management up might be, a later thing for some like startups. Hopefully for big companies, that they're not doing it and they have manpower, or the people power, they should be doing it. But that's exactly how it should work, is knowing all of your products, all of your services, knowing what your end of life looks like, and creating a plan and a budget with your finance people for when you're going to replace, and working with the IT team to know when are we going to replace these things so that they affect the least amount of people. Yeah.
And I'll give you a tip back when I was doing MSP work where, we would get a new client or we'd acquire a new client and they would have 50, 75, whatever devices that needed to be replaced. And we knew a business couldn't afford to replace them all at one time, right? So we would say, okay, over 3 years, we're going to do a replacement schedule. So that way it makes it easier for the business to digest it. And you're getting the cart moving forward, if you will, and getting things replaced. So,
well, and just like you said, Eric, a lot of the smaller businesses aren't going to drop 50 to 100K on brand new devices. So if you have a year, then hey, you can spread it out. You spread it out over time. This one that just popped in, I put out an announcement a couple of months ago to our clients, letting them know about Windows 10 end of life next year. So what I would say on this is you don't necessarily have to budget for brand new workstations because 10 automatically can get upgraded to 11 right away. So
is it? Sorry, pause real quick. There was some new stuff that came out with the new 23H2. I'm not fully up to speed on it, but it does have some
CPM
requirements
stuff?
that may not be accepted to the hardware.
What was this? For the BitLocker?
No, there's something with the 23H2 for Windows 11, some new hardware requirements, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm not fully up to speed on it. I wish Joseph was here because he knows it more than I do. Oh, he's out there flying his drone, I think.
What else? I don't know. Quick Google search says it's the same as the initial version of Windows 11.
Okay.
So
So we'll get back to you.
Wrong, but I don't.
Yeah, we'll get back. I could be mistaken, but yeah.
Maybe I need to dig in further.
iPhone mirroring exposes employees' personal. Yeah. Well, this is common sense. Like, of course, if you're going to mirror your phone, like, how is this
Don't do that.
iPhone mirroring feature rolled out on Mac OS Sequoia and iOS 18 creates a privacy issue for employees potentially exposing their private applications to corporate IT environments, vulnerability management. So,
no. Okay, so can I please? Okay,
yeah,
so
jump in on.
This is one of those things of don't do private things on your company computer. Like if you do it, you when you onboarded to the company, I'm sure you filled out an acceptable use policy, and in there it said if you're using our network or hardware, like we see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And also there's like things to not do. And I imagine either you've got a lax company or you could just disregard it stuff. But if you are mirroring your phone onto your work machine, like I have a personal machine that I use for work, but no one has access to all the things on my machine. So, which you might have other opinions about, but I don't mind mirroring like my messages on my computer, but I know my company can't read those. Mm-hmm. If your company can read your stuff, your company can read your stuff. So,
well, Josh, this kind of falls back to what we talked about, what Eric and I talked about a month ago or whenever it was when Windows came out with that recall stuff. Like you have companies have the ability to see what's on your computer, whether they're using TeamViewer or AnyDesk or whatever remotes. If you're mirroring something and then IT jumps on your machine to do something, guess what? They can see it. Like
they see your screen and they see all of your screen.
Yeah, be cognizant of what you're doing. And just like Josh said, I mean, that's usually one of the things on onboarding is you sign an employee handbook or an information security policy or something along those lines that basically says, hey, you're taking this piece of hardware and we're giving it to you, but you're allowed to do XYZ on it, and that's it. You shouldn't be doing anything else. We all know that necessarily doesn't happen because people use their machines like their own machines, but like Josh said, anything you do on that machine, all the telemetry on there is probably piped back somewhere else that people can see what's going on.
Yeah.
especially even in your EDR.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm getting at. Anything in there is piped back.
If you're
You
in a
know,
big
that
company,
way That way, when you do something to your machine, Barricade Cyber can actually go in and read what you did.
when I was an instructor doing cybersecurity courses for Jacobs, there were things that I was like downloading so I could prep for a course outside of like a VM. Well, even downloading a hypervisor like VMware. They gave me the license, but when I downloaded it and installed it, I got a phone call to my desk. Pre-pandemic when I had a desk, of people being like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
What are you
It's
doing?
like, I'm an instructor. You bought me this license. Like, sorry, I know the SOC didn't talk to our IT team. Here's the email. Like, I'll go get an email from my boss. Like,
Why are you installing hypervisors on your machines?
because it's my job.
Let's see what else we have. I think we grabbed.
You're probably going to be
everything.
really angry when you find out I'm running Metasploit on this machine. They were very upset. Same with Wireshark. It's like, hey, why are you downloading Wireshark? So I can know how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes back to like what we do internally. I mean, we'll OSINT ourselves a little bit, but every day and multiple times a day, actually, we're looking for those new programs, new services, and we're questioning clients. Hey, is this an allowed application? Did you know? Because not a lot of RMM tools that MSPs and IT folks will use will give a list of programs that are installed, but not all of them get populated in the add and remove programs. They're just, you got a new service installed.
Can we talk about a
You talk about whatever you want to.
Jerry's not here.
This is Rogue, dude.
Yeah. I want to get mad into people's opinions about things. Dark Reading has an update, kind of. Not Ed Sullivan.
It's Sullivan.
Joseph Sullivan, the Uber CISO, who got convicted last year.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was like a $50,000 fine and 200 hours of community service. He is now challenging that again, and it's just let's use that as a launching off point. Your opinions, like the group's opinions, is having some sort of legal repercussions for CISOs doing sketchy things. Should that occur? Like,
Yeah.
should there be checks, or was it wrong to treat them that way? I think it's also very similar to the SolarWinds. Like, what are people's expectations of how that incident was handled, and was hiding things or stating things that were inaccurate, but I
mean, I think that was really back to, was it an honest mistake? They didn't have any malicious intent in the actions they did. What was it malicious? Was it negligence or gross negligence? And depending on what you determine, should be the recommended course. Like, if they were honestly going through and like they really had the best intentions to try to perform something, but it just went sideways beyond their control.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you meant well, it hit the fan, we'll recover.
Yeah, there was nothing malicious. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you see the same thing happens with
case for like hiding things or like giving a public statement that's different than the real case of things, for the sake of like the benefit of the company, but also even if they are an officer of the company, that's their duty, and that would protect stakeholders by reducing the impact of the incident on the business, right?
I mean, we see this. This is already set up for CEOs and CFOs, right? I mean, you have SEC filings and things like that. So if stuff happens, things come down on CEOs.
Well, like the big thing like that was Sarbanes-Oxley, because of all my MBA instructors would probably be pissed at me for not being able to just say it. Enron. For like the CEO, CFO, and everyone in the company just shredding files.
Yeah, I mean that was gross negligence, right?
Like I feel like that's beyond just trying to protect stakeholders in the company.
Yeah,
That's like
that
we
hits
know we're
me.
doing something bad. We're not.
That hits
supposed
me
to.
because I actually worked for a company like Enron in that sector downtown. I worked for a
Like how
company
like
called
Enron.
It was not Enron. I did not work for Enron.
Well, I
I
just mean
worked for
like Enron because of how they were doing things, or like Enron in
no
that
no
industry they were
oil
in.
and gas gas
Yeah.
trading.
Word.
Yeah, I actually so that was one of my first jobs was running the after hours trading facility. So everybody, all the traders, the gas traders, they trade on the floor. You basically sit there. It's almost like a stock exchange in all reality. And
Yeah.
then at night, you basically have three different. And this is kind of where it gets me and how this actually happened because we have three different sectors at night. So you had the trade that happened, and it's in that system, and then it goes from one system to another. And in between that system, there's checks and balances to make sure that everything was fine. Hits that system, gets put in place, goes to the next system. So the fact that Enron was able to do that stuff, I'm still trying to figure out how that actually happened because there were so many checks and balances to actually make sure that the trades were correct and done. I digress. But because of all that happened, I ended up that whole market went away.
Mm. Mm. Is this you?
But I mean, with this, I agree some with Eric when it comes to this because you want to hold them accountable, but you don't want to like put your thumb on them, you know?
Yeah.
Because there are things that are out of their hands. And
frankly, I'm cool with him. Like, if this goes, like, if he can get another trial and it ends up not being anything, frankly, at this point, the benefits have occurred, and yeah,
I mean the damage is already done, right? I think he's just trying to recover his name so he can work again, maybe. Because it's only going to be a personal benefit at this stage. So much time has passed.
Well, and there's again, I look at it as an opportunity to your resume and your past experience like mean something, but frankly, your relationships and the trust that you have among others in the industry are what's going to get you that second, third, fourth, later job.
Yeah,
you get to be a CISO because I don't know about CISO yet, but you get to be in like a SOC manager, a higher position in this industry because people know what you can do because they know you. Or if they don't know you, then they got to go off
at least know of
their
you.
resume and recommendations, and make it easier. Be known for good things.
I love this. This is almost a dad joke. As a female, I'm against beards on myself, but I can still work in IT or in cyber or anywhere. I see you, Crystal. I see you.
so there was a question that came in, and I actually saw this. This is on the CISO series. Any thoughts on the European government air gap system breach using the custom malware that was reported yesterday, the Golden Jackal?
I did not catch that.
There's an update. Let me see if we can pull it up. There was an update.
Y'all good over there?
I didn't hear it yesterday. I was, of course, on a plane all day long, flying around everywhere.
Oh,
but there is cybersecurity. Yeah, there was an update on this.
Did you post that? Joseph posted that. Oh my gosh, is that me?
All right. State-backed Golden Jackal hackers deploy new tools against government entities. Researchers, oh, come on. This is a register. Researchers have uncovered previously undocumented tools used by state-sponsored hacker group against government and diplomatic entities in Europe, the Middle East, and South Asia. Golden Jackal is a little-known cyber espionage group active since 2019. Its targets include South Asia Embassy. In fact, let me go back to this. They'll probably have that. Okay. Right here. Oh, man. Can't deal with the white. Let's move to the black. There we go. All right, so researchers at ESET published details on cyber espionage group dubbed Golden Jackal, which has been active since 2019. The group uses previously unknown tools to attack air-gapped systems targeting government entities across Europe, Middle East, and South Asia. Researchers noted that Golden Jackal uses a highly modular approach to attack systems using several tools across its attack chain. Golden USB copy, monitors for new USB drives, and copies content to a disk. Golden blacklist downloads emails. Wow. Email messages from a local server, and Golden Mailer exfiltrates the files through. Man, that's pretty nasty. It's unclear how Golden Jackal gains initial access. ESET didn't attribute the group to any specific country other than saying its members are likely speak Russian, which basically means that they probably see Cyrillic or something in somewhere. That's pretty nasty. Put that up there. Rich put it up there. Yeah. This is a yeah, I'd like to know more. There's not a lot in this as to what's going on. Initial vector. I'd like to know how they got initial access. So this is going all the way back to 2019. It's definitely a nasty one. The group's attacks appeared to be aimed at stealing confidential information. During the attack on South Asia, embassy in Belarus, the attackers are serotonin. Golden dealer malware. Golden USB copy monitors any inserted USB drive and copies all the interesting files to an encrypted container stored on the disk. Golden blacklist downloads an encrypted archive from a local server and processes email messages containing within, keeping those of interest. Man, it's pretty dirty. That sounds pretty slick too. Oh, we do have, Casey Joseph just threw in here, we do have 2 cyber chicks at in 15 minutes, I believe.
All right, just to give a heads up, DJ BSEC, Cassie Joseph just reminded me here in 15 minutes, we'll need to wrap this thing up or disconnect it right about that time because those 2 cyber chicks are coming on.
Yep, that's what I just said. I was actually looking for the here it is. I'm going to put it in chat.
So y'all got any last minute questions? Get them on over. Let us know.
Yeah, I just dropped the link into chat. You should see it come through as Jerry. So, what is today's? It says workplace introspection with Jax and Erica. Do you have any other? They're gonna get off their plane and see that this went live, and then the 2 cyber chicks.
Dude, they probably will see it as soon as they land, I think, in Dallas. Which they may already see it.
Yeah, for everybody who doesn't know, when Eric and I met yesterday, that's the first thing we said, let's do Rogue and see what happens. See if we can get it before Jerry pops in, and then when he gets off the plane, he'll be like, what's going on?
Yeah, actually it was Joseph because he brought it to my attention, and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. It was like Tone Loke.
F it, we'll do it live.
Try to see if there's any other questions in here. I haven't seen any questions. We have 177 people in here. There's the bearded question.
That's crazy for a rogue because Jerry said nobody was going to be here. So thank you, every last one of you, for tuning in and hanging out with us today. because all the stories that we talked about came from all of our own feeds, like ours, Barricades, and DJ PSEX and Josh Mason that was here. There was all of our feeds that we look at and curate every day and digest. So we did not go to CISO series. We didn't talk about any of their stuff. This was just completely rogue stuff that we wanted to talk about. And here you go.
Yes, Space Tacos. I did just say Tone Loc.
Tone Loc.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah.
I will say, if you're here at Wawa Hacking Fest and you want to get up with me or any of the Barricade team, just get in touch with Joseph and or Justin. They'll kind of get the stuff, because I don't have Discord on my phone or my laptop unless I'm at my computer at the office, or I don't have it. And we had the Stampede tonight.
Discord.
Sponsor Stampede. We're at the Buffalo Bodega.
Yeah, we're at the Buffalo Bodega tonight for the Stampede. Be there.
Everybody's going to run down the street.
Well, we're in a Verbo down the road. We're about 15 or so minutes. What the heck are you setting off?
It sounds like a bomb.
Sunrise. Oh, okay.
You have 15 seconds.
Yeah, his drone started talking some weird stuff. Mine doesn't do that.
Oh.
Hey, did you see the drone video that I showed up at the beginning of the stream?
No, I didn't. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
I'll share it again. I don't care. Whatever. This is Rogue. We can do whatever we want.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if you put one in there, then...
Let's see. Hide that. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
So I took this the other day. So those who've never been to Deadwood, this is where the conference is. So I kind of started off with that.
Oh, so yours was the low-flying vehicle that I see when I'm driving down the road.
Probably.
Watch for low-flying aircraft.
Yep. There's one right out the window. He's literally with his drone going, yeet. So it's not like a flex thing or anything, but his Casually Joseph's is a little bit older. Mine's he's got like the normal 3 and I got the 4 Pro. And there's like cell towers like almost 2 miles away. Oh, yeah. And we're like, we never really get a chance to have a clear line of sight to really fly our drones really far. And he couldn't get out there. I was like, you know what? I want to see how far mine will get. And I got past the towers and everything. I was like, what? Here, we're just shooting the trash. Let me bring up a different drone video real quick. Show you some of the beauty of Deadwood.
Yeah, it's amazing up here.
It is freaking crazy. Yeah, this will be so I did this one. Window, boom. Hide that, go away. So this is above town, and I'm just doing kind of a panoramic view. But you can just see the mountains that go forever and ever and ever. It is crazy. So yeah, if you ever been thinking about doing drone flight, it's kind of cool. Stop screen share. It is hard to do this off a potato laptop. I tell you what.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but every now and again, you guys have frozen. It may be me freezing. I don't know.
It may be your hotel. Yeah, your hotel Wi-Fi. This is why we rent a house. It's actually pretty cool. So, like, if you're a business owner, or if you're in the executive team, I will strongly, if you're going out, I'd strongly recommend doing a house rental. They,
Yeah.
just being able to sit around, not having the hotel noise, just casually Joseph with his drone off in the back end, because I think he's about to fly it in the freaking house. But we can sit around. We're having, like this morning, made homemade, or not, the biscuits weren't homemade, but had homemade biscuits and gravy, sausage gravy, and we're just sitting there talking. Yep, it is in the freaking house.
Yeah, it's good. This guy. So he needs to bring it tonight and do it over the Stampede.
We'll have it. We'll have both of ours out there. Oh, what did you just hit?
Nothing. I just took a corner hard.
Oh, Jesus. Thank God the rental's insured. This is why we buy insurance, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, definitely consider doing that, because it's, like I said, being able to get together, especially when you're in a remote workforce environment, it's good to get together and be able to get collaboration. And that's why I know so many businesses want to return to the office.
Yeah.
It is nice
in some form or fashion.
Yeah. And I just think a hybrid scenario really is a good form for that, right? So, maybe saying once a month or once a quarter, everybody flies in, or, at least if you're like massive national company, you're doing, geolocations or something like that, the Southeast, the Northeast, right, the Mid, like whatever. But getting FaceTime is very, very helpful.
Yeah. And FaceTime like this is not the same.
I mean, it helps. I mean, it works, but
it's not the same.
It's not, no.
But I mean, that's twofold, right? I mean, because people have gotten used to being able to not have a 1 hour or 2 hours worth of driving in a day and spending that time. If your workforce is good and you don't have people that take advantage of it, and they actually do, then they're saving time, you're saving time, they're spending more time actually working. It works, but like you said, I think something like a monthly meeting or a quarterly meeting, depending on what type of company you have, to where everybody kind of gets in. It brings that whole water cooler feel where everybody's around.
Yep. Yeah, it's something I'm going to be entertaining the quarterly, because we got people all over the place now, so going to figure that one out.
All right, we got 5 minutes.
Any last questions? Hey, DJ, are you going with us over to Mount Rushmore?
No, he went yesterday.
Oh, he went yesterday?
I went yesterday, but I mean, I'll go back.
All right, we'll get with you. We'll swing by and pick you up. We're going to go fly the drones this morning. There's like two viewing spots.
Depending on how many people go, I got a car. We can all go.
I mean, I got the FBI vehicle. Those big black SUVs that you see for like the FBI, CIA, and every ghost hunter out there drives. That's what we're pimping around in right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We do greatly appreciate it. We see 152 still hanging in there. I know Wawa Hackin' Fest is getting ready to kick off. So I do greatly appreciate everybody tuning in for our Rogue episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did, just hanging out and just talking, right? Please share this content with somebody. We will have Dr. Gerald Ozier, barring no Wi-Fi issues, at the venue that he's staying at. He should be at the home tomorrow, being able to talk his crazy nonsense and yelling into the microphone, sound like he's yelling into, a wiffle bat, and, be able to, give his concepts of everything. So again, thank you for everyone. Until next time, Stay curious, my friends.
A kid whose passwords laid across all sites, they were the same, a criminal, then found their fame by taking that data to go.
Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account and go.
Content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the next one.